Welcome to LVTRV25, our Southwest Tour number 6, part of the Western National Parks Tour with Fantasy RV Tours, as we heading to Ruby Inn, Bryce Canyon. We leave today from Wahweap Campground. What a surprise. A beautiful campground, concrete, full hookups. The bathrooms were very nice. You had to walk to get to the showers if you wanted a shower, and it was timed event showers. But this place, look at this. That's our tail gunner, making sure everything's done as we head out of the park. Like I said, this park was a very nice park. There's the lake, Lake Powell, part of the Glen Canyon National Park campground. Just a great place. Definitely love to come back. And beautiful sights. The back ends are a little better than the pull-throughs, but overall, give this place like a 9 as we started heading out of the place, getting past the little guard checks. Now we start traveling down the road and get some nice views, like the towers there. Mostly flat, but we do start climbing today to about 7,000 feet. Dry desert land. It's in the 80s currently. This is the town of Kaibab, Utah. We stopped at this visitor center to check out the visitor center, but it was closed. But we were able to get out, check the vehicles, stretch our legs, take the dog for a little walk. There's also fuel right there at the Exxon. Do we see Exxons at home? And so here's the visitor center for Kaibab National Park. And forest land. Look at the views. Nice hills. I guess you want to call them hills or mountains. So as we leave the nice little town of Kaibab, Utah, you go right down Main Street. Nice little places. There's always a McDonald's somewhere, or dollar stores. Look at the fuel, $3.24 for unleaded. This was August 25th of 2025. And you got all the local stops. You got a Chevron, you got the Speedways. And then we going down the town. This is called Mt Camel. It's at the intersection of 89 and something. But we went in here because they have homemade pies at this little restaurant. We got a mixed berry pie, and I got a chocolate cream pie that was left. Wasn't much left because we got here a little later in the afternoon, but it was great pies. So if you're ever there, Mt Camel, at the little store there, the Thunderbird Restaurant, they make homemade pies. Whatever they make that day, that's what they make. And they're out. So we started heading up the road to Bryce and start climbing. The clouds look a little strange up there, to say the least. And it started raining as we cruising up the highway. If you kind of notice, it's not just raining, it started hailing. The roads were getting a little sloppy. We look to the right, it looks like it's blue sky, and then it's started coming down. Now it's really coming down, and it's like hail on the ground, and we're slowing down. And of course, with the lead of the pack, there's like 3 other cars behind us. Another RV, number 26 was behind us, and he's like, I'll follow in your path. So we for about 20 minutes in this rainstorm, and then it cleared up. And we got to the Red Canyon area. We go through the arches. There's 13.8, 14 in the middle, so no problems. And can see, there's two of them that you got to go through. People take pictures, so we got probably in someone's pictures. And I definitely take the middle if I can, and I will. As we head to Ruby Inn Campgrounds and Bryce Canyon. So this is the town of Bryce Canyon City. Mostly Ruby Inn stuff. General store. Had lots of things. Best Western, food, repair shops, gas stations, diesel stations, and basically a big tour place. This is Ruby Inn. We were here years ago, but the newer section down below was just being built. They have nice 70-foot long pull-throughs, gravel, grass, and another surprise, very nice place. The weather here for 4 days was not great. We had rain almost every day. And here's our site. Little puddle there by the utility box. But it had grass on the end. So if it was ever hot here the days, the dog at least had some grass to run around in. But there's lots of places for her to run around. Again, this was our spot. Nice tables, pits, fire pits, big wide spots, and pretty level. So this is Bryce Canyon National Park's Visitor Center. So we made it to Bryce Canyon. Sit back and enjoy some of the scenery. Just one of our favorite spots. And again, the weather wasn't the greatest. Ponderosa Point. Go all the way to the end. It's an 18-mile drive, one way. Check out the scenery. These are called natural bridges because no water flows through them. A beautiful view of the countryside. The dog's like, I agree. Let me check it out. Hey, we're flying over the canyon. Well, not the best. That's the Grand Canyon, then that's Bryce. Not the best. I wish we could do a real drone. But Bryce Canyon and Grand Staircase. And there you go. See the trail walking down? I went to Mossy Cave. It's outside the park. You gotta go around to get to it. Nice trail, great scenery. It rained the day before, and they said there was hardly any water in this. Now there's plenty of water in this little creek. And the hoodoos of Bryce Canyon. Don't hit the tree. Yeah. Mossy Cave. Lots of moss in the streams. There was another trail that went to a cave.
It's called Moss Cave Waterfall.
This was their main attraction, was this waterfall. Fresh, clear water. You actually walk up on top of the rocks and look down on the waterfall. Last up to Lulu. The water looks so clear, so refreshing. And they said it wasn't really flowing the last couple of days until this rainstorm came in 2 days prior. There's a little chipmunk I was trying to get. Then I end up walking the garden tour. You walk down to the bottom floor of the Bryce Canyon stuff. And got to see some unique. Look at that tree. How's it standing there for trillions of years? And this is the interior of Bryce Canyon. You just start walking down toward the bottom. It's a 4-mile loop you could do. Going down's the easy part. Then you got to come back up. This is just the start of it. And you go way down there. See the trails? And you walk down the trail. This is at the bottom. And you walk back up there eventually. And you go through these little tunnels like this to see the new world. The weather started coming in. Also, there was thunder in the background. But there's blue sky also. You had 3 of these little tunnels you went through, little arches, I guess. And like, how are these trees growing in here? Some are just growing on the rocks, but they've been here for a while. So now the fun part. We gotta start climbing back up to the top. Look at that tree, it was just there. And you can't tell, but there's people way up there. That's the trail we gotta walk up. Here we go. Oh yeah, there's a couple stops on the way. Definitely. Now look at that. That's the trail going all the way down. And you finally make it to the top. You think, I'm here. Whoops. You got a couple more switchbacks, and here's what you see when you get on top. So again, Bryce Canyon National Park, very beautiful place. You can sit there and just enjoy it. This was actually supposed to be a time lapse, kind of. You can see the clouds moving. We got to do part of the tour. We had a dinner and dance show here at the Bonanza Bar and Grill. They had a young lady and guy guitar, and they also had a whole full show. This is the Ruby Inn Campground. That's the bathhouse. Beautiful bathrooms, showers. That's the showers. They had like 15 of them like that. And then they had the bathrooms. Again, the one last shot of the bridges. Thank you again for watching this video. There'll be more videos to come for this Western National Park tour. So love and hugs to all.